So, Doug, what do you think about AI?
Oh, it's
And I
a
know that's a big question.
sure. In my little niche of the world, it's taboo at the moment, right?
Oh, that's
Like
right, because you are in the Hollywood industry.
I'm in Hollywood, within the media and entertainment, right? Touching production, but more post production and finish,
Yep.
right? We get involved a little bit further into production than we used to. We do record chains, which is essentially a way to record outside of the camera, and then using some neat devices, we help productions skip a step called transcoding, right? Where quite often when they're in creative edit, they're not editing with the actual files that the cameras make, but they're editing with lower res versions that are optimized for their editing programs, right?
Yeah.
We have tools that can do that capture to both of those um, formats simultaneously, right? Um, so AI, generally speaking, I mean, we've been using it for different things within personal life and professional life for some time now. But within the pro format, like talking with studios, it quite frankly is a little bit of a taboo subject, right? At least within the generative spectrum, right?
Especially the generative
Yeah.
spectrum, because they
I
don't know how to
mean,
make money from it yet.
exactly. I think our focus at QSR has really been how do we use AI to enrich and empower
As a tool.
as a tool as opposed to replace, right? Um, Probably the most obvious place the we started looking, or the obvious place to me to start looking, um, was for our larger format shows that shoot in a 400 or 500 to 1 ratio.
Okay.
What I mean by that, for each finished hour of content that they're delivering, they might be shooting 400 hours of raw content, right? You spread that across 10 episodes and you have 4,000 hours to watch in 15 weeks with 12 people, right? So some real basic math is going to tell you, oh, even with multicam and grouping, if some of these are angle based shots as opposed to discrete shots, there's not enough hours in the daytime,
And you're
right?
and you're coming from a place of knowledge because you've been with shows like Survivor since Jump Street.
Yeah, I mean, we do reality based television, or multicam based television is really what our specialty is, right? Um, so whether these people are able to watch all the footage or not, I don't even think it's a question, right? So what I've been out there looking for, what my technologists have been out there looking for, is really something along the lines of a personal media assistant, right? So
Hmm.
what if there were a system the worked with their nonlinear editors, but outside of their nonlinear editors, that could watch the footage for them, right? And then you could ask with context in plain language,
Ooh,
right? Like,
I love context. Big fan.
yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's what I think AIs would be good at today, right? Um, eh, when we get into generative, there's this whole world of them making things up or getting into AI gibberish, right? But I think if we're, you use a cooking show as an example, right? Like if you're looking for that perfect shot of the sea bass, or of an excited expression from this contestant, right? These are things that AI are really good at, right? We can teach AI with headshots that you're Neil and I'm Doug,
Yeah.
right? And then AI can quickly reference 4,000 hours of material much quicker than you or me or an assistant or an editor would be able to come through that, and then display for myself or you in an editing role. Here's the shots of that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's really. I think AI is a long way off from it deciding which shots to use, right?
Oh, I get what you're saying.
But in an assisting role of finding the content through massive hours, at least within my niche, I think that's what we're out there looking for.
It's definitely being trained right now because like programs such as Descript,
Sure.
you can drop in, let's say, a full video podcast,
Yep.
and it'll create clips for you.
Sure.
You know, there is some QC that
Yep.
definitely has to
Yep.
happen,
Yep.
but it's training.
But I mean, you're hitting it on QC too, right? Like where it's like, if implemented the right way, right? And I think there's check boxes that media companies aren't necessarily thinking about today that they'll have to check off,
Like what?
right? Well, most AI offerings are not on-prem, right? They're in the cloud.
Yeah,
So your content needs to go up into the cloud, which has an end user agreement that you probably should read before you put your content up there
yeah,
to train an LM that you don't own,
yeah,
right? So for me, like an important checkbox would be, can I own this LM? Can it be on hardware that I own?
yeah.
Can it be on-prem with me, or can it be co-load somewhere else where I can have my own private cloud, right? Where I'm training my copy of the LM for my use, not someone else's.
I mean, you bring up something. We're not enough people are asking the right questions.
Yeah, I don't think they don't
Only
know what they
because
don't know.
you know exactly it,
Yeah.
right? It's not a fault. It's just you don't know what you don't know. It's a great way to
Mhm.
put it.
That's my drive. It's my stuff on my drive. And it's like, it's not really your stuff anymore. It really depends on the end user agreement, right? Like we're seeing it like in, oh, my kids are gamers, right? So they inform me all the time of Gamergate, right? And their general position, at least within their friend group, is they look at like my PlayStation DVDs and my Xbox DVDs, and they're like, we can't get that anymore. Like, you own that game. If everything's down, you can still play
Oh,
that
my
game.
missus still, she looks at me all the time. Anytime Apple TV or something's not working, she's like, guess what? I have the DVD.
Hmm.
We can watch this.
Yep.
And she always throws it in my face because when
Oh yeah.
we were able to start downloading movies, I'm like, oh, let's just do this. And I'm like
Yeah.
burning our whole
All in,
library. And
right?
I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And she's like,
Yeah.
no, we're going to save them.
So I mean, kind of same strategy I think should apply to your AI that you're looking to deploy, right?
So,
Like ChatGTP is great, but right, like, but you could have Llama set up here in your office,
yeah.
and like you're training it for you now.
My issue with Meta
Yeah,
is they are kings of the bait and switch.
100%.
They have a track record
Yep,
since inception of the bait and switch.
yep,
Like before they were a big thing, or
100%.
actually when they were growing, they endeared all brands. Let's say Pedigree, because I
Sure.
know emphatically of the Pedigree. They were one of the first dog brands to receive 1 million followers on Facebook. They did advertising for it and everything, right? Well, not too long after that, organic reach for brands was
Yeah,
taken away,
yeah,
but it also was part of the user base that helped build their entire infrastructure. So it's like bait and switch, bro.
right. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? And
There's
no
the
amount of redressing of the CEO
not fair enough.
or new nomenclature that he's adopted is going to
Yeah,
change this.
for sure.
But I also don't trust Sam Altman,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
So he's like, just trust me when he's talking about how AI will do certain things, like, trust me.
you know,
Don't, it's like any negotiator book says, always be leery if somebody says, trust me.
exactly, right. Like I mean, and none of the disruptors out there, like people that are new on the scene,
Yeah.
they'll go use this tech, and I don't think that they they're living in the now. They're trying to get or accomplish their mission of the moment
Yeah.
without necessarily understanding, who are you teaching all about your unique perspective.
I mean, because as individuals, they might be the greatest people,
For
but
sure.
like the actions that they're in control of doing can change so much because I mean, in
Well,
your
they have board
opinion,
members to serve, and they have stakeholders to serve at a point, right?
so do you think AI with, let's just say film, the
Hmm?
movie industry will do the same thing that MP3s did to the music industry?
I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, it's going to have an effect. Um, we have full segments like just fully fighting any adaptation whatsoever.
Yeah.
Um, you know, you have others where you see wild claims in generative AI every once in a while, right? Like one of my favorites is
I was
like
asking.
you'll see it. posted on a social like, I just watched this 2 hour feature made on AI that was amazing, and da 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 da, and it'll go on in a whole diatribe about how great it was, but it leaves out a link to it, what studio, what AI it was built on.
Uh-huh.
Like, so no one else ever gets to see it. We just get to read the article about it.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
it's like, I'm like, and it'll come with a timeline like 2015, Will Smith eating spaghetti looks horrible. Then 2020, this happens, and then da da da. And then today I saw that, and it's like, like I would like to see that. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet. Like, when we use, like, like, it's funny, some of the generative stuff, like playing with it, right? Like, hey, show me Sophia and Ava on a roller coaster, right? Like, it doesn't know those are my daughter's names, but right. And
Okay.
like,
I was gonna ask you,
you,
Sophie and
you,
Ava Gardner
you
and
end up
Sophia
with
Loren.
two females on a roller coaster, but like one of them has six fingers and like the arms like funny, and you're like, yeah, it's not there yet. Like,
But I mean, MP3s
mhm.
didn't kill music. I mean, some would
I
maybe
mean,
argue it,
it,
but
it, it killed like Tower Records, but
yeah.
like it got that bigger market, right? I think, isn't it kind of like MacBooks versus iPhones?
Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting when you start thinking about it in that light, right?
Yeah,
Because my kids, and I'm sure your kids, they are growing up where they're leasing their music. They never own it.
yeah,
But th- a lot of the younger generation is going back to music that was made in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s,
sure.
70s
I mean, record
because
shops run in a surge, right? Like, people are chasing vinyl more today than ever before.
so I have a friend who works at Pirate Press
Okay.
who does a I mean, they do a hell of a business, but people are now exposed, our younger generation
Yeah.
exposed to older music, but they don't think of it as older music.
Oh, no, this is all new to them,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah, we have a 17-year-old and an 11-year-old in our household, and like,
16 and 11.
quite
So yeah.
often they will introduce me to new bands that are already in my playlists.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah,
When Phil Collins in the Air Tonight became a YouTube kind of
sure,
thing, my son shows it to me and I'm like, yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
watched Risky
Or
Business.
that hit new movie about the Doors and
Oh gosh, yeah.
this Jimmy M guy, right? You're like, yeah,
But it's because they're untethered to what's being marketed to them. They can
for
just
sure.
go and explore.
They have no context.
So in that way, the music lover in
Hmm.
me is like so proud of them.
For
But
sure.
at what cost?
Yeah, yeah.
The industry has changed. It's evolved.
Yep.
I mean, Lady Gaga, she released all of her music free with Troy Carter, her manager at the time. So because they knew if they could build a brand having enough fans of her music, they would monetize that
Sure.
as opposed to the music itself.
Sure.
But you could
You
say the
monetize the experience, but
so with AI,
yeah.
especially in Hollywood, if you had a crystal ball, how do you see it?
Oh, if I had a crystal ball, I'd be retired, Neil.
No,
Um,
you wouldn't. You'd be doing something.
um, yeah, I mean, the places where I see it being used today, generative is everyone's scared of generative, man. Like, whether it's for creating the environment, like controlling the green screens, controlling anything, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've kind of steered clear of generative,
But I mean,
right?
even video walls have been used for a little while, and they're definitely being used more so now.
Right?
Even in podcasting. I mean, we're doing full backdrops on video walls. We're starting to
100%,
start getting that game.
right? Like, um, I mean, you could see the application, right?
Do you
It's
like
like,
AI?
um, I think I'm indifferent. It's just a tool,
Okay.
right? Like, that would be like asking, do you like, to go to my three primaries, or like, do you like Resolve versus Premiere versus Media Composer? Like, I like whichever one the artist wants to use, uh,
Well, that's a businessman response because
right?
you're like, who's paying me?
Of course you have favorites, but
Because
um,
you're also an engineer by trade
yeah,
too.
there's ones I know how to use better than other ones, but like, I don't think, I don't think it's fair to say that one's better because of that, right? Like, I'm a human like everyone else, right? We're fallible, and we have favorites for sometimes unjustifiable reasons, right? It's certainly like if we were comparing the big ones, there's a special place in my heart for Avid Media Composer. Um,
I know you have a little purple in there. Yeah.
yeah, I for many years I said I bled purple. Um, but yeah, I mean AI, it's just such an untapped market still, right? Like I don't know that anyone knows the answer to that crystal ball, right? Like I'm sure there's sides that want to use it for everything and automate their entire process, right? And go to a complete digital world along with like the Zuckerbergs playing in the metas and
Yeah.
right. Um, on the other side, there's people that are gonna clutch to the way that they do things now. I'm somewhere in the middle, trying to figure out, what can we really use to tell better stories,
Yeah. No,
right?
I love that perspective.
Yeah,
It
like I mean
sounds like
that's
you're trying to steer in the direction of more positive.
trying, right? Like it's like the thing that I like the best, when I'm part of that process, or the process that I want to be part of, is telling good, entertaining stories. Right? That's what drew me to Hollywood in the first place. Um, was it's like, man, like regardless of how bad it was, or how bad of a day I was having, I could go be told stories by these amazing people, and I could escape for a little bit, right? Um, I love helping people do that.
That's awesome. So my next question, and it does, it relates to AI. How do you see digital security working in a world of AI?
See, like this is where we I guess we could dovetail into hidden pixels. Like yeah, I mean I think it's going to become more imperative, right? Like um, uh, digital fakes are going to become more and more easy, right? Uh, the there's technologies out there that we can combine, with tech. So there's existing technologies that we can combine with the tech that we've created at Hidden Pixels, to create accountability across this new frontier, right? Using things like NFTs and blockchain, um, coupled with an accountability engine, you'd be able to serialize tangible and non-tangible, whether the items from the universe or the metaverse. You'd be able to build in a retrievable serial number or fingerprint to any item, in the metaverse. In my opinion, that starts to create value, right? We're able to start to create true ones of ones, or a supply of tangibles in an intangible universe, right? In the physical universe, um, whether it's through uh, video reproduction of that universe, or actual tangibles like a cup, we could micro engrave that same type of technology into a physical device, and that could be read and as a serialization, and authenticated.
That's pretty. I mean, I know a little bit about hidden pixels, but the patent and architecture you have, as we've kind of talked about before, is randomized data injection, watermarking, if you will, on
Hmm.
a digital media file. And digital media file, it's written vague on
Hmm.
purpose because it isn't just video, it isn't just an image,
It
it
can
can
be a
be
transport
audio,
stream. It can be
it can be
audio.
the
It can be.
so any of the Q&A that you're having correspondence with an LM
Mhm.
or GPT,
They
it
could all
can
be
have
tied
hidden
in.
pixels
It could
at
have
all
access to
times.
the API. Absolutely.
And so anything that you, because even on websites, right, you can
Yeah.
copy paste text from a website,
Sure.
but when you go to paste it,
Yeah.
it
It's
has,
embedded.
it's
Yeah.
embedded within it. So Hidden Pixels takes that on steroids, like over
Correct.
100x in that thought process,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Right. So
So why, I mean, I have an opinion as to why I think that's important. Why do you believe that's important?
It's really ultimately a play at being able to protect intellectual property, right? IP is something that gets stepped on in this day and age, without a path to accountability,
Yeah.
right? It's very, you know, it's very difficult to prove someone has stolen your idea,
Yeah.
right? Even if you've proven it, it's very difficult to process beyond that, right? Um, if this technology were to get adopted widespread, um, at a point you just know you were going to get caught,
Yeah.
right? So I think it would be, as much as a protector, it would be a deterrent.
But within the architecture, from
Mm-hmm.
what I understand, within the patent and then, what you've shared, you could also, because the way that the architecture works, you can create trigger events.
Sure.
So in the case of an NFT,
Mm-hmm.
if the provenance is recognized and royalties are supposed to happen, you couldn't just sell it off market, like transfer from one wallet to another and not recognize the royalties as a result of having hidden
100%.
pixels integrated.
It's what it's designed to stop.
And then if you take that school of thought, if
Mm-hmm.
that applique can work, where else can it work?
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
So
That's what gets me excited when we talk about it,
100%.
is all the different ways. And especially when you start talking about audio
Yeah.
and people are talking about secure conversations over audio, and you're talking about ways
100%.
that you can secure that.
Absolutely.
And even if you wanted to share audio, you can, let's say it's a Zoom video
Mm-hmm.
between people who just want to protect certain portions of the conversation, but share with others. This tech would allow them just to simply say, these people can view these portions of the video and these people can't, just and send it out.
Correct.
That's pretty cool.
And then the people viewing it would be able to know that it was actually the authentic video that they were being sent.
This is like verbal whiteboarding,
Correct.
which I
Right.
love. And I know you love whiteboarding because
Whiteboarding's the best, right?
it's
That's
fun because
yeah.
you get to take your imagination and create
It
all kinds of shit without.
it's the engineer's version of storyboarding,
Yeah, yeah, right?
right?
It's true. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what's stopping this from being a reality today?
It's really putting together the team, right? My place on this team was the original vision,
Right.
and helping get the patent secure, right? I think what we're looking for today, um, is a set of visionaries. I don't think it's one person, because the product goes, or you have the ability to do kind of any market, any vertical, right? Um, it's finding that group of people, those groups of individuals, the understand what the possibility is, um, and have their passionate vision for the products that they want to create on the stack, right?
Sounds like you need a lot of capital.
Yeah.
If you grabbed any one of the former OpenAI people, they're getting blank check investments right now.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know what I mean? They're getting like treasure trove of money thrown at
And
them.
not just money, it's also time, right?
Time.
Right. Like time and focus. Um, Whoever will be the champion of this is going to live it.
Because this,
This is a live it.
because you're gonna have to talk about it
Uh-huh.
a lot
All the time.
to a lot of people,
100%.
and as much good as that can come from it, like anything else, you're also gonna be chastised for what the ripple effects it has.
Correct. Right.
It's almost like
And it
being,
will take over your life, right? Like to get this deployed, to get this, um, where it needs to be.
and then you have the incumbents in
Correct.
any vertical
Oh, absolutely.
that,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're gonna be like, how do I make money from this? And if I don't make money from this, how's this gonna stop me from making money?
Yes. Right.
Yeah,
Like,
because it kind of ladders to that, because everybody wants to talk on podcasts or shows and be like, oh, I'm planting trees for future generations to bask in the shade type
right.
cliches, right? But there's so many humans that are not.
And I think by design, right? Like this is what we've been strategizing on ways to be able to bring this to market where that's not the inherent barrier, right?
Okay.
If we were creating product on our own, there would be a competition, right? By giving access to the tech, the concept, to who potential competitors would be, right? Again, it's making those tools um, available to the market, right? Like, had we built the product that I hypothesized when the concept came to me, we would have built a very specific product to do one function,
Yeah.
right? And we probably wouldn't have gone and pursued a patent. We just would have built the application that I needed to solve that specific problem,
Right.
right? But to build that application to solve that problem, you had to really create an accountability engine to power it,
Yeah.
right? As we started to figure out how to build that engine, we got into the parts where you and I get excited in these discussions of, but you could, and you could this, and you could that, and then, you know, throughout the process, you know, I talked about it till I was blue in the face with as many people as would listen. Really, not necessarily out there searching for anything, but you would give this kind of yeah, like minute, 2 minute kind of canned portion,
Yeah.
right? As you're trying to build out your pitch, and you do it to people across the board, right? Whether it was an Uber driver, a teacher that you happen to be sitting next to at lunch, a maitre d, a retired friend, whatever,
Your elevator pitch.
and every single one of them would take it from the end of that pitch and like, you could use it for this.
That's the, well, everybody has different sales tactics, right? I'm a
Mm-hmm.
big fan. My tactic when using sales is I'm an information gatherer.
Sure.
It's authentically my disposition to do it that way because now I don't think I know what the other person wants. I'm asking,
Yeah,
what
let
do
them
you
tell
need?
you
Yeah,
for sure.
tell me. And then that's the great thing about when you start talking about hidden pixels is it becomes a what and a how style question that the other person, I end up talking 10%.
Yeah,
They talk 90%
yeah.
of the
It's like,
conversation. And it's awesome
yeah,
because you'll see them get worked up in it.
yeah.
In a good way. Some of them, most of them.
Most of them good. You know, I've well, you know what? So far for me, it's been all positive. I've yet to come across um, like a technologist that we're pitching to or talking to about it that's just like, oh no. But I haven't been going and searching out like security companies or, you know, that would be in that same space. But you know, I mean, from the still to today, I mean, you know, we're constantly looking at ways to improve our security functionality within QSR.
Yeah,
Um, like this just doesn't exist.
that's cool. I'm excited for it.
Yep.
All right.